Fun things to do in and around St. Louis. We'll have details next on City Corner. I'm Steve Potter, welcome to City Corner. And today we have some great suggestions for you if you're itching to do something, and who isn't these days. I'd like to welcome Michelle, AKA Mike Ochonicky from The Healthy Planet magazine. Hi Mike, how are you?
Hi Steve, I'm well, how are you?
Yeah, when was the last time you had fun?
Well, actually, last weekend I went to the symphony.
Isn't that amazing? Congratulations.
I know, it felt great.
What had you done before that, be honest?
A lot of Zoom and a lot of outdoor art events. But
you know, when I was thinking before the show, how I was gonna open with you, I was gonna ask you about artsy things that you've done, because that's why you're here, because for The Healthy Planet magazine, you're the arts editor.
That's right.
And you do Artful Living column, which is about things going on. And I was gonna ask you what you had done in that, in those categories, and I was thinking about myself, what have I done in the last year? And the closest I think that I can come to an arts event, I went to a chili cook-off. That's as close as I can come.
Oh.
I haven't been to a theater or a concert or anything.
Yeah. I've kept it just outdoors. I am a member of the National Museum for Women in the Arts in Washington, D.C. And each month we have a Zoom happy hour and arts education about women in the arts, but it's really more happy hour. But yeah, we still try to stay connected.
A Zoom happy hour, huh?
It's good.
We have you on a few times a year. Just kind of review things that are coming up and things that people want to put on their calendar and that sort of thing. Real briefly though, so people know, The Healthy Planet magazine. Give us a little description of it.
We are a magazine dedicated to healthy living, to green lifestyles, and we're the oldest environmentally minded magazine west of the Mississippi. We're based in Kirkwood. We're a free magazine supported by our advertisers. So we used to be a pickup magazine. Now we're strictly online.
Yeah, because I used to see you at grocery stores and things like that.
Yeah, we're not out of business. We just went online during COVID, and I think we may stay that way for a while. It's thehealthyplanet.com, and you can read it anytime. Or right now, for this month, our publisher is offering, if you go online and you sign up, you can get a free subscription, so it'll be delivered right to your inbox every month.
Perfect.
So you don't even have to search for it.
Good. I've enjoyed it for years. Yeah. The first thing we want to talk about is the whole idea about buying local.
It's really important. You know, a lot of artists have struggled during the pandemic. A lot of art shows were canceled. Some are coming back, but it's been difficult. And so I want to really encourage people, when you think about gift buying and giving, that you think local and support the artists in our area. There's one event coming up, and this is just one, Tinsel at the Luminary Art Gallery on Cherokee, and December 11th and 12th, they're having a holiday market from 10 to 3 with music and local vendors and artisans of all kinds. So you can buy holiday gifts there. And that's just one of the markets that are going to be around this season. And then here's a shot from CAM, from Contemporary Art Museum on Washington. But I really want to remind people that they have a gift shop. The St. Louis Art Museum has a gift shop. The Symphony has a gift shop. All of those nonprofits have gift shops where you can purchase gifts. Even some of our national organizations. My bracelets came from the Smithsonian Institute's gift shop.
Your jewelry's great, by the way.
Thank you. It's amber. It's amber. Tree sap, you know. But there are lots of ways that you can support nonprofits with your holiday purchases.
And I guess most of them are closed down for a certain period of time.
Or limited. Yeah, they're very limited. But you can buy online.
Well, now's the time for holiday gift giving anyway, so
that's right.
We got to get out there and do that. All right, the next category we have is we're going to talk a little bit about visual arts. So what are we talking about when we talk about visual arts?
Well, I like to talk about Art St. Louis. They've got a great exhibition running right now, and it's going through December 16th, and it's called Art St. Louis 32, the exhibition. They have one every year with the best of the best.
What does the 32 mean?
It's the 32nd year
for
this exhibition. They have 56 works by 56 artists. Now, to just give you an idea, 446 works were submitted. Like this one, Man in a Red Hat, is by Alex Paradowski. These are tiny pieces of paper put together to create this mosaic. The one we just saw was Four Dice Fire by Rick Bartram.
So is this a large scale thing?
It is.
Yeah.
And this one's one of my favorites. This is Tribulation by Robert Dondino from Baldwin. You know how you see silver work at the Art Museum, the kind of Renaissance and Middle Ages silver work?
Right.
This is actually little pieces of plastic tchotchkes that he's put together and then painted silver to create this magnificent shield. But it's not silver at all. But it has a real medieval look to it.
It looks like something I couldn't afford at a gift shop.
Yeah. So anyway, that exhibition, as I said, runs through December 16th. And they are online, but they're also in person. Art St. Louis is at 12th and Pine, downtown.
What can you tell us about Art St. Louis? I'm not really familiar with it.
Well, it's a member organization, but it also hosts exhibitions throughout the year of regional arts. And so they usually have a limit of maybe 100 miles, or some exhibits will go up to 200 miles. You have to live within that region. And all of their exhibitions are juried. This particular one that we just saw some samples of is juried by Dana Turkovic, and she's the curator at Lamar Sculpture Park.
Oh, wow.
So very nice artwork. Of course, it's always for sale as well. So you can support local artists that way.
Is there a big price range?
It does. It's pretty good. There's something there for everyone. We'll put it that way.
What's this?
This is an exhibition called The Sun and the Moon, and it's works by 4 artists. This particular one of these cats is by Rishi Mazda, and it's a unique look at how light and dark interact in art. Hence the sun and the moon, symbolizing light and dark. And it runs through December 10th. It's hosted by St. Louis Community College at Wildwood. And you know, St. Louis Community College has a campus at Forest Park,
I always think of Forest Park. I've never been to the Wildwood.
And Flow Valley and Wildwood. So you can go in person, and their exhibitions are always free. Or if you can't get out, you can go to STLCC, St. Louis Community College.edu, and then just search online art gallery, and you can see all their exhibitions online too.
Have you been to the St. Louis Art Museum in the last year?
No.
Speaking of.
Outside, does that count?
Almost.
I haven't been inside.
Almost. Well, what's going on at the St. Louis Art Museum?
Well, the St. Louis Art Museum is celebrating Missouri's bicentennial right now with an exhibition called Art Along the Rivers. We're looking right now at the Mississippi at Elsa by Frederick Oakes Sylvester, and he lived 1869 to 1915. Beautiful
I have
scene.
a friend that lives in Elsa, and that is just a gorgeous place.
Isn't that gorgeous? But along with that exhibition, before we go on, there's 150 works in that exhibition, and I say works because they're objects too. It's not just paintings, and they range works that were created from Hannibal down to Old Mines, Missouri, and west as far as Herman. So it's a nice sampling. The other image that we saw is Alchemy by Oliver Lee Jackson, and his works are running till February 20th. The Art Along the Rivers will be there until January 9th. But Oliver Lee Jackson was born in 1935, and he's still working. The paintings on exhibition will be from the mid-1960s to 2020. And he does these layered works that he calls them paint people. The layers of paint, and it has a real figurative look to it. He was also one of the founders of the Black Artist Group that was founded here in St. Louis in 1968.
Wow.
So it's really neat to see his work there.
I didn't recognize that name. Is he well known?
Well, he should be.
Good answer for that. What's next?
Coca is putting on one of their performances called Wonderland, emphasis on under. So we get to fall down the rabbit hole again. This is a fun spin on Lewis Carroll's Alice in Wonderland with hip-hop choreography, dazzling costumes. It's just over the top, out of this world, like only Coca can do.
Right.
So at any rate, it's going to be at their new Catherine Burgess stage at Coca, which is on the end of Delmar in the Loop.
Now this is music, a little something that looks like the Ambassadors of Harmony.
You got it, it is. And their holiday concert's coming up. They're gonna do 5 concerts at the Two Hill, December 10th through the 12th. And they're always fun. They're great music and lots of comedy and just great to put you in the holiday spirit.
Mm-hmm. Now you just went to I'm not sure if you told me on the air or off the air about going to the St. Louis Symphony.
I did. I went last week, and oh, it was just so wonderful. Now, the symphony is doing all kinds of precautions. They want to see your vaccination card or your proof that you have been tested, and you'll wear a mask through the entire performance, as so many of the venues are doing. Felt very safe.
But the
performance was wonderful.
The audience was spread out, you told me, right?
It was. We were spaced quite a bit apart. And then here we're looking at an upcoming performance. The Muppets are coming to town.
They were not at the Symphony, let's be clear.
They're going to be at the Symphony.
Are you kidding?
Nope, December 11th and 12th. It's the Muppets Christmas Carol. So you know this is for the whole family.
Right.
And the Muppets will be there, and some will be performed on big screen TV along with the live score. You can also go for their holiday celebrations, and I want to stay on this image for a little bit. December 15th and 16th, the Symphony is going to perform at the Schenneger Center for the Arts on Lindenwood's campus up in St. Charles. And then they're going to repeat the performances December 17th through the 19th at Powell Hall. So that'll be all holiday music, as well as the beloved New Year's Eve at Powell Hall. That's what this is, a picture from a couple of years ago with Stéphane Deneuve. Who doesn't want to celebrate New Year's Eve with him, right? He's just so much fun. And this year, they're going to do a matinee at 2 and a performance at 7:30, and performing Gershwin's American in Paris, Rhapsody in Blue, and a premiere of Stéphane Freund's Voyageur Fantasy.
Wow. Gee, I wonder how the numbers are for places like the St. Louis Symphony and other organizations. I mean, I know they've cut down on purpose, but...
Yeah, I think they're as good as they can be for distancing, because some of the seats have to be left empty. So we need to support these nonprofits in as many ways as we can. Give gift memberships or give tickets in advance. All those things help. But they've hung on. They've hung on, and that's what we care about.
Well, this is a good place to start. You've given us a lot of things coming up for between now and the end of the year.
Yeah.
We're going to take a little break, and when we come back, well, do you want to mention this first? Because this is Van Gogh,
just real briefly,
right?
because if you haven't gotten there, it's been extended. You've got until January 2nd to see Beyond Van Gogh, the immersive experience.
I've heard incredible things about it.
It's awesome. I went there. Does that count for indoors? It's very open. It's in a pavilion, so you feel very outdoorsy, and the paintings just come alive and melt down onto the floor, and oh, it's awesome.
All right, we're going to take a break and come back, and I know we've got a bunch of things in the new year we want to talk about. So we'll be back with more City Corner right after this.
What I love about St. Louis is the 79 unique neighborhoods nestled into 108 city parks, including Forest Park, which is actually larger than Central Park in New York, and of course, the beautiful Tower Grove Park where I'm at now. Oh, the St. Louis Blues. We've got the St. Louis Surge, two-time WBCBL champions. We've got Harris Stowe, WashU, St. Louis University, and of course, the 11-time World Series champion, St. Louis Cardinals. So come experience St. Louis.
There's nothing more powerful than imagination. But don't just imagine. Use STEM to change the world.
Who's with me?
It's gonna hurt tomorrow.
If she can STEM, so can you. Find out more at She Can STEM.
Okay, Dad. 1, 2, 3. You saved me. Dad?
Are you okay?
I'm fine, dear.
Your hero needs you now, and AARP is here to help. Find the care guides you need at aarp.org/caregiving.
I'm Steve Potter. Welcome back to City Corner, and my guest today is Ochonicky from the Healthy Planet magazine. She is their arts editor, and she's here a few times every year to kind of preview things in the arts that are coming up that you might want to see, whether it be an exhibit or a concert or something in between. And Mike, I don't know, I was just like looking at this very interesting book, and it's not a performance, but I think it's a literary performance.
It is. It's the American Midwest in Film and Literature by my son, Dr. Adam Ochonicky. He's a lecturer at the University of Wisconsin, and his specialty is film, especially regionalism and horror. I don't know where he got that interest, not from me.
You do not look like a horror fan to me.
No, I'm not. I have nightmares. That would scare me. But anyway, he's done a very scholarly work.
It's called the American Midwest in Film and Literature, Nostalgia, Violence, and Regionalism.
Yes.
And so what's the bottom line? What's the bottom line of the book?
Bottom line is the Midwest might seem like flyover territory, and we might seem like really nice people, but underneath there's this little undercurrent of kind of creepy. Yeah.
You make creepy sound nice.
Yeah, I can.
Before I get back to more events, the Healthy Planet magazine, I just was looking through the November edition. Do you call an edition when it's online? Mm-hmm. Yeah, okay,
yeah,
so the November edition. And one of the titles of one of the articles just grabbed my eye, and that was Fat Cats and Porky Pooches. I was drawn immediately to that topic.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know. We all maybe got a little pudgy with the pandemic, right? Sweatpants stretch, right? And continue to stretch. And so our pets have done the same, because unlike when we go away to work and the pets run around the house while we're gone maybe, they're not getting the exercise. Many of them have become little, snackers. They just nibble all day and lay around like the rest of us.
So that's one good thing about the Healthy Planet magazine is you find all kinds of articles, whether it's about me working on my biceps or my cat gaining weight.
Mm-hmm. Yes, and even we're very seasonal as well. We talk about gardening and farmers markets and cooking, healthy cooking, so just every aspect. And of course, the arts is part of healthy living.
I'm glad you bring that up. Why don't we talk about that just for a second? Because mentally, we need a little health these days. This last couple of years has been really rough on people.
Yeah.
And the arts do serve an important role in our mental happiness.
Oh, the arts are just critical. I mean, it's the stimulation of the imagination. Where would we be in this past year and a half without music, or without theater, or even films, or literature, or drawing, painting, all of that? It not only enriches our lives, it lets us experience things that we might not otherwise experience, and takes you away a bit. Come on, like you've watched films or read a book and felt like you're not still in the house, right? You're far away.
Right.
And that's the beauty of art.
All right, well, 2022 is almost here.
Mm-hmm. How'd that happen?
I don't know. I don't know how it happened so fast. But have you anything caught your eye about what's coming up in the new year?
Yes. Very quickly, Art St. Louis, as soon as their exhibition comes down from December, they're putting up one at the beginning of January and we'll come back to that in a second. That's going to be on light, very similar to the one we just talked about with the community college. The other image is from the photography right here, the International Photography Hall of Fame and Museum. And each year they select photographers. Some are photojournalists, war journalists, art photographers who are inducted into their Hall of Fame. And these are the 8 that will be inducted. Actually, they were already inducted. They were inducted on October 29th. But the exhibition of their work runs through February 12th. And one of my favorites is right down in there, Pete Souza, who was the White House photographer under Ronald Reagan, as well as President Barack Obama, and did those iconic images, the one of Lady Di dancing with John Travolta. He took that image.
Right.
And the other of the little boy touching President Obama's hair.
Right.
See, he had the same kind of hair. So that Pete Souza has been inducted. So you can go to the International Hall of Fame and Museum on Olive, just east of Grand, and see those works, as I said, through February 12th.
Jason Gray, by any chance?
Not
He
personally.
was affiliated with there. Okay. We'll move along. The Missouri Arts Awards, are they coming up?
They are. Actually, we have a different image here, but the Missouri Art Awards are coming. Should we look at this one first?
Yes,
Okay.
Go ahead.
This is Solitary Sculpture. There's an exhibition coming up at Lamar Sculpture Park, and it's works of 8 artists that are going to explore the capability of art as a therapeutic tool for adaptation, recovery, and rehabilitation. Like
What
we
is
all
that
need
an image of? I'm trying to figure it
Okay,
out.
the name of this one is Second Cousins Twice Removed by Tom Condon, and I cannot explain it to you. But it is intriguing, and see, it made you look, and it's making you think.
Yes.
The other image is Solo Land Dive, and this is by Hope Ginsberg. As I said, there'll be 8 artists who are just very contemplative, beautiful, relaxing works at Lamar, out on Rott Road.
Looks good. What's next?
The Missouri Art Awards.
Oh,
They
yeah, I
just-
was asking
yeah,
you
we can
about
go
that.
back to that. They just announced every year the Missouri Arts Council, which is headquartered here in St. Louis, gives 6 awards, and they give them in the category of education, arts organizations, creative community, individual artists, leadership in the arts, and philanthropy. And 3 of the recipients are here in St. Louis. The one for education is going to Building Futures, and they're in the Old North neighborhood up on North 13th. And there's
And what are they doing? They're working on a
Okay.
skateboard or something?
yeah, this is just so cool. This is a maker's center where kids from 5 to 18 can go and learn how to use power tools and drills and paint, and they collaborate to create sculptures and works of art, and they're using computers, all kinds of interactive tools to create works. So it's a great place for these kids to get some STEAM experience. So science, technology,
Right.
engineering, art, and math. And then the individual artist for this year is Carmen Sophia Dench, and she is originally from Barranquilla, Colombia, but she came to St. Louis in 1976 and made this her home. She founded the Grupo Atlantico dance company. That's
That's what
her
this is.
in the blue skirt. And she is an arts educator. She is a costume designer, and as well as a teacher. So just wonderful to have her receive it. Philanthropy, Kathy and Richard Winter, who support so much of the arts, from the Shakespeare Festival to Big Muddy Dance Company to the St. Louis University Art Museum, are receiving an award recognition for the philanthropy.
You know, philanthropy is so important. In fact, Mary Strauss was just recently honored for the different kind of arts organizations. I'm just using her as an example. What would we do without people like that?
Think of that, with that vision and that willingness
And the
to
resources. That's important.
give. That is critical, and especially now when so many of these organizations have been struggling during COVID. It's that support, that public support, that has kept them going. So that's critical.
All right. Is the Muni next?
They did. They just revealed.
I saw that on the news.
Yeah, and last year they practiced, and I think they got it right on how to have safe performances.
Yeah, didn't
and
they start the
distance.
season but had to stop it? Was that the way it worked? I'm trying to remember.
That was because one of the companies
Right.
had COVID.
The COVID in the cast.
Yeah, in the cast. But as far as spacing in the amphitheater and requiring masks and et cetera,
You
et
think
cetera,
they got
they're
it
doing a
better
good job.
than most places just because they're outdoors?
They're outdoors. That helps a lot, you know.
So tell me about the new lineup.
The new lineup starts June 13th, so they're back to last year. They started a little late, so now June 13th, Chicago, and all
seen
that
it, of
jazz.
course.
Oh yeah, don't you love it? It's great. So we start off with Chicago, and then Camelot comes on June 22nd for that one special moment, that one shiny moment. Mary Poppins is going to show up on July 5th. Sweeney Todd, the barber of Fleet Street, on July 16th. And then after that, Legally Blonde, July 25th. The Color Purple on August 3rd. And Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat on August 12th. Now, of course, all these run a week, so I didn't give you end dates.
The Color Purple is the only one I've never seen on stage.
I'm eager to see how they do it.
Yeah,
it's
it's hard for me to imagine that one.
Yeah, we all know the film and the book, but I've not seen it in person either, so
Yes.
it'll be interesting.
So I guess they're
see.
going to have a great season.
Sounds like it. They're off to a good start.
Well, we have a few minutes left. Why don't we talk just a little bit about the Healthy Planet magazine? And but what are some of the topics that you cover in the latest edition that come to mind?
Well, aside from chubby pets,
That was my favorite.
We're also talking about the upcoming holiday season. And you know, for many of us, that can be a time when you can pack on the pounds because we enjoy the extra holiday goodies, as well as maybe you don't exercise as much or we don't get outside. But if you've got family coming over, there's lots of outdoor activities that you can do. Take a walk at Lamar, for example, and see some of the outdoor sculpture. So make sure that you get in some exercise, even just a walk around the block, to stay healthy. Get decent sleep. You can't stay up till all hours.
Right.
Watch the consumption of the sweets and the goodies and the holiday drinks a little bit.
I wonder, I would like to kind of get your firsthand feelings from you. You are an artist. Mm-hmm. And how do you describe what you do?
Well, I'm a scrimshaw artist. I do engraving and etching. Uh-huh.
I'm just wondering, and I'm sure you have a lot of artist friends and things, over the last couple of years with the pandemic and everything, they haven't had people in their studios, no interaction. That's hard for an artist. I don't know. What's it been like?
It is, but it isn't. Artists create their work in solitude. I mean, basically, you're working by yourself. So that's okay. They're still creating. It's just a matter of how to sell it. But artists are creative and very adaptive. So they've learned lots of ways to sell online through their own websites, through Etsy, etc. Many of them take orders over the phone. We're happy to ship things. We're still working.
Well, you have a studio you call Stone Hollow Studio.
That's right.
You're out in
Eureka.
Eureka. Mm-hmm. So have you had your doors open at all?
No. I'm a working studio, so I'm not open to the public. But in the past year, I've only done one in-person show, but I sell to a lot of shops and galleries, and they have been quite busy. They're gearing up for a busy holiday season, and you know, there's still birthdays, there's still anniversaries, there's still special gifts, collectors still collect, so people do still, you know, have a telephone and a website, right. So they're still reaching out and happy to provide the art for them.
Do you have a current project you're working on or thinking about one coming up? Or?
Right now, I just have a very large one for a gallery, and then I'm also working on a special project for a customer who wants custom designed work to commemorate her family's heritage. So I'm kind of excited about it.
Well, if our friends at home have been interested in any of the events we've talked about or any of the topics in the Healthy Planet magazine, just go over real quickly again how we find it.
Just go to thehealthyplanet.com. We are online. While you're there, you can sign up to get a free subscription delivered to your email if you'd rather have that. And we're also on Facebook. Like us on Facebook and read us online. Mm-hmm.
So how are you feeling approaching a new year, this new year? Are you more optimistic?
I'm ready for it. Let's turn a page. Let's get all this over and be healthy and move on.
Mike Ochonicky, thank you so much. And come back sometime in the spring and do this again with us. And I bet there's a lot more to talk about, too, this summer. Cross my fingers, right?
Oh, yeah. I know so. Thanks, Steve.
Thank you, and thank the Healthy Planet magazine. Appreciate you being here. And thank you at home for watching. Enjoy the arts. Get out. Be safe. Have fun. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.